Silver River State Park is a multi-use state park located just east of Ocala. There's plenty of things to do on a day trip, and it's also great for camping, tent, RVs, and there's also cabins you can rent. There's about 15 miles of hiking and biking trails, ranging from hard dirt trails to really soft, thick sand trails, which can be quite difficult. There's not much change in elevation on any of the trails, but there are lots of thick roots, which makes pedaling over them a bit of a challenge. The trails frequently go close to the river, so there's lots of great views. Kayaking on the river is my favorite thing to do at the park. The river really is beautiful. It's got a very easy flow. The ranger told me it's never more than 3 knots, and it is spring fed, so it's fairly consistent. But that's plenty slow enough for you to paddle upriver and sort of coast back down. So not a lot of stress on the kayaking. The best part about it is lots and lots of wildlife. More alligators than I could count, turtles everywhere, birds. The water is crystal clear, so you can watch the fish swimming around. Certain parts of the river do allow swimming, although if you get out there and see the alligators and still want to swim, I would be surprised. There's obviously lots of swimming in the spring hole itself, but that's sort of another story. There are also, in addition to the alligators and turtles and fish, a troop of rhesus monkeys that call Silver River State Park home. The monkeys, as I understand it, were brought to the park by a tour boat operator in the 1920s, hoping to sort of increase his business. The monkeys were placed on an island, and this tour boat operator was not aware that rhesus monkeys can swim. They left the island within minutes and have been repopulating ever since. So now there's a troop of several hundred monkeys, and they are not all that difficult to spot. I saw quite a few of them while I was out there on the river. The kayak launch inside the park is about a half mile from the parking lot, and you can't get your car any closer. So if you're bringing your own kayak or canoe, be prepared to haul it a ways. The park does rent canoes for a small fee, and those are already down by the riverside, so that's an option if you're going alone. The park also features several miles of hiking trails. Most of them are fairly flat and easy. Some of the trails wind through a pine forest that is riddled with sinkholes, which if you're used to hiking mostly flat Florida trails, it's always interesting to see these extremely old, extremely large sinkholes. The park also has a pioneer cracker village, a collection of late 19th century buildings from around Florida, including a glass-bottom boat that was used in the early 20th century to take tourists up and down the Silver River. There's also a museum that's open on the weekends. Lots of stuff to do out at Silver River. If you haven't been there, I'd encourage you to get out there and check out the park. Visit floridaadventure.com and let me know what you think.